Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and a warm welcome to this week's Walking Wednesday. I am, of course, back in Art City, which I have since found out is actually called the Baltic Triangle. I probably should have known that 2 years ago, but oh well, I feel like Art City matches. It's a good name. It's a good name. Why not keep it? As soon as I start recording, I can feel tiny droplets of rain on my forehead, so I'm just going to bear that in mind while I carry on. Yes, it's been an interesting week. The reason I found out that it was actually the Baltic Triangle is because I was out with my cousin, her husband, and their 5-week-old daughter, and my brother as well. So yeah, there was a bit of a mini family outing that we went on. So I'm just trying to decide which way I should go. There's people coming from either side. I will wait. Okay, so just gonna go here. Hello. And carry on. Alright then. So there you go. I had one officer one side, one officer there. Might as well not get in their way. Why not? They've got enough with the rain. Okay. So I think I did come down this way before, and honestly this is a route that I have been down before because I used to have friends who lived on, I believe it might have been this street, just factoring in where it is. Maybe not, maybe it's one further down. Oh well, they've gone now. But yeah, as far as the actual outing went, yeah, I was pleasantly surprised that they brought the baby along, actually. Well, I mean, obviously they're not gonna, leave her at home alone. But I mean, I'm surprised they both came along with the baby, because yes, I know, it's important to get fresh air and everything, but considering that we're not entirely in the same bubble as them, it's not to say that we didn't, we were outdoors all the time, except when we got food, in which case we wore masks. We were very cautious, but I'm just thankful that they even took the chance, because the daughter is a cutie, I must say. And sorry, I've just realised, is that a new thing or has that been around for a long time? I don't know. I always get distracted by something whenever I take this route. We went down here actually. Yeah, it's a more picturesque way of actually getting down the usual hill that I tend to pass all the time, for which I'm actually grateful, because I like the change of scenery, and also it's a less steep incline. Not that it was a very steep incline to begin with, but after a while of steep incline it gets a little bit repetitive, if not just tiresome. Okay, you can see. Oh, I think someone else might be filming. I'm not the only person doing a Walking Wednesday, I think. There you go. Oh. I know, maybe they're just having a conversation. Maybe they're being social, who'd have thought? Okay. There we go. There. FedEx is going over. I used to think that there was only one FedEx in the entirety of Britain. The reason for that was because there was like one instance where we had to drop off something at FedEx, and it took a long time to get there. It was like in the London area or something, and it basically I think my aunt said it was the only FedEx that's around or something. I don't know if it said the whole only FedEx in England or Britain or wherever she said. Either way, if they have delivery vans up in Liverpool and we were down in the Londonish area, it's safe to say there's probably more than one. I mean, this was several years ago when I was a child, so chances are they could have expanded since then, but for some reason I feel like however many multi-millions that they're worth, they would have probably had more headquarters even back then. well, not necessarily headquarters, but you know what I mean. Stations, buildings, places of work. Okay, anyway, back to the week. This week has definitely been something interesting. Yeah, I feel like it's some sort of ironic. I went through Art City today, you know, looking at all the stuff that has appeared as portrayals of the self, because that was something that we were working on. Today we were talking about like the philosophies of the self and such. So I mean, I could elaborate, but it gets complex and confusing. I don't want to lose what few people actually decide to sit through these things. So yeah, I'll just basically say, you know, it's all about. We were talking about, like, you know, autobiographical. You know, the breaking that down. The auto being self, bio being the body, and graphic being sort of drawing, writing, the creation of. So breaking that down, you know, a bit of a cognitive ergo sum and everything. And yeah, that's what's happening today. I would have filmed this later on, but actually we do have a Q&A with a theatre company called Ugly Buckets, whose piece we actually watched for homework. In fact, honestly, if I remember to do this, I might leave a link in the description to go and see it. Because basically, even though it gives you like a ticket time or anything, you can just access it wherever you want, and you pay whatever it is that you want. I mean, I paid $2.50 because it was like, you know, I consider that, you know, a donation to their cause, you know. So yeah, it's like a 9-minute video, and yeah, if anyone's a fan of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, I would recommend it. Quite honestly, just book yourself some tickets and go ahead and watch it. Yeah, so that's that. But yeah, I watched that, and yeah, I was reminding a lot of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, which I'm going to ask them. That's my first question for the Q&A later on. But yeah, that basically one of the reason is I'm saying this now is because that's the time that I would normally film these, is during that period of well, like during, like at 5-ish or so, once all of the lessons are over, and I don't have the pressure of getting back up the hill on time, making sure that I'm not dilly-dallying around. I mean, I can check the timer right now. I'm not doing badly. It's not like I'll be making a mad dash back. Although that does raise a question, because this time we've received several mixed messages from our tutor. These mixed messages being that we got an email saying that we would of course be back in, because he was up teaching at the building which I'm not going to name. He was teaching his third year group, and that was all right. And so therefore the second year group, which would be us, would be, you know, we would be no different. So of course we'd be able to come in and do our lesson IRL, which he was really happy about, you know, being able to do the first day. I just realised the heavier it starts raining, the more I risk running into the same issue I have with my old phone. I need to find some sort of place of cover. Alright. These streets down here, I know that they actually provide some sort of shelter. So yeah, as I was saying, basically he wants us back in there, and I do get the idea of that, you know. So no one's awkward and muted in the middle of a Zoom call. Or to be fair, in the seminar today, we actually, I must say, we actually like all seem to engage and pitch in much more. I think people are getting more used to talking in Zoom calls, myself included. Right. But yeah, so but I feel like, you know, he hasn't seen the full force of that as of yet. If you're wondering why my filming is always down here, it's because if I tilt the camera upwards, I might run into a little bit of trouble. And trust me, I don't want the same issue happening to this brand new phone. Well, I say brand new, the model isn't brand new, but the phone is brand new to me. Okay, okay, down here, not so bad. Yeah, so, but the mixed message comes from the fact that on our sort of, I guess, I don't know what to describe it, but the online service, Canvas, it actually tells us that the Zoom meeting is still linked in as it was every other week. So the Zoom link is open, and yet the lesson is happening here face to face. I don't get that. What also I don't get is why they're doing this during a tier 3 lockdown. Because yes, that's another thing that happened this week. Liverpool has moved into tier 3. So such meetings with my cousin and crew are no longer possible. So that's also what I'm just wondering about that, because some people have gone back home, you know, expecting not to be in because, you know, it's a tier 3 lockdown. What kind of mad department would want you to be in class at this time? The answer, of course, is the same mad department that tried to not close down when this all started last year. I shouldn't be surprised, and yet I am somehow. Okay, I'm gonna go up this way. I'm gonna have to go around the car area today. Can't be avoided. I need the buildings as coverage for this. Okay. This car's turning. That bus is going. I'm walking. I'm running. All right. Okay, moving on. Yeah, so that's what I'm wondering. And also, of course, there's some people who previously were sheltering, somebody who is actually currently sheltering, and some people who need to get public transport to get in the first place, which is also a bit of an issue right now. I mean, clearly, as you just saw, there are still buses around, but goodness knows what clientele they're attracting right now. And then there's some people who might live with vulnerable people. You know, not all of us are students, you know, simply locked in our rooms. Some of us, you know, have family around. I'm not one of those people. I do have my own room. But yeah, it's difficult to say. Considering all of that, I don't think it's a good idea to go in. I mean, I'm still going to, because, you know, still a class that I want to attend, but it doesn't mean I have to be happy about the arrangements of it. No siree. I'm sure that there are going to be plenty of people who are going to give the tutor a little bit of peace of their mind, if only just through disgruntled expressions half covered by the face mask that we all wear. I do wonder. Okay. This is roughly a dry spot. Let's actually address the YouTube side of things. Because, of course, the week would be... Oh, wait, actually, no, one more thing. My room has gone back to a state of chaos. Because, as it turns out, we actually... The issue with the wall and the plugs actually came back, and I've got the extension cable this time, so it's not like I'm losing out on refrigeration or I don't know, or ability to cook or anything like that. It's still weird that it, you know, returned in the first place. But yeah, I have to talk to reception about that. I haven't got around to it. I've been busy, and. So yeah, but the irony of that is, I received an email that from the company that provides the accommodation, you know, giving me a guarantee of energy certificate or something. Which I just find, you know, on the day that that happened, they had to have timed that. Like, there is no way that much of a coincidence exists in this world. I mean, my word. Okay. Alright, it's drying up. I think I can move into a bit more of a secluded area. Here, there's cars. But yeah, you know the best part about all of that is the fact that you can't even read the file. So it's a guarantee that, for all intents and purposes, doesn't exist. At least it can't be read, you know, it's like a PDF file, but it's completely blank. So what they're trying to say, I guess, is there is no guarantee, and it can fail at any moment. Good grief, 2 years in the place, and now's when it falls apart. You gotta love it. I just hope they don't ask us for any reviews this year, otherwise they might not find themselves in such a good place. Well. Okay, now actually onto the YouTube stuff. Because the first thing that happened this week is that out of nowhere, Beanie Boy dropped the Clutter of Jacob Butter official version. No one is going to remember this, but I mentioned this in the video. The Clutter of Jacob Butter was originally a 2018 mock diss track made also by Beanie Boy to me. We kind of decided we were going to do that like as a bit of a joke. You know, coming off the scraps of the diss track Mania of 2017, even though it's 2018. So yeah, we decided to do that. And then I responded with Ego Benedictum 0.5. And yeah, he said he's been doing, he was working on my ideas for some time. I mean, obviously for some time, it's been 2 years. But yeah, he thought I was going to go next, even though I responded to his, it was his turn. That's always how it works. But yeah, so he finally caved in and did his. Like, after the Sigh of That Guy, which was his previous diss track, he said I was next. The Sigh of That Guy, of course, came out in May, and we're now in October. So, there you go. I do wonder, you know. He waited until things were going the best for him to suddenly come and swoop in. Which in part is genius, but also, come on. This was the thing that we should have wrapped up 2 years ago. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've already given my thoughts on the actual diss track. You can check out my reaction. It was a video upload this week. I'm sure it's around. I never put iCards on these things, so I probably won't actually show you, but you know, you'll find it. Yeah, so let's go down here. But yeah, then of course, you know, that was coming before the video that I intended to upload this week, which was of course the Great Vanchies. And that one went down a treat. Like, I mean, I'm not even talking just view count wise, although that was a pretty surprising outcome. I was just half expecting Vanchies herself to find it, just because I know how to optimize the search engine, you know, specifically for my own titles. So a lot of the time when you would look up things like Timmy the Bad Boy, you come up with my reviews, for example. If you look up Timmy the Bad Boy, it's Mimi-chan more so, especially now. But so yeah, basically, I say that a lot. I was like, oh, so yeah, basically. No, but honestly, the actual video, I was expecting, yeah, Vanchies to maybe when she looks up her own name or something, because everyone checks their own channel. Maybe she'd find it. I mean, Aiden got ahead of the game and went out and you know, commented on the video. In fact, his comment is now pinned on the My Dad Is Rich music video, which I'm sure that he's very happy about. But yeah, then I was going to use Vanchi's business email, as I said, because I saw in my notifications a separate comment, which I guess got flagged or something, that she wanted to collab because I mentioned that I was up for doing that in the video. And yeah, so we ended up talking a bit on Instagram. Oddly enough, I didn't have to go into the email. She found me first on Instagram. And yeah, it was adorable, you know, seeing myself on her story. It might still be up now, I'm not sure. Depends on the time. I know that Instagram stories don't get taken down like Snapchat ones. So yeah, we'll I don't know. It'll be interesting. But yeah, that was. But mostly the reason I mention that is because it's really wholesome to see. You know, I'm always glad when I can make someone happy like that, especially when I don't know them personally. You know, I mean, Vanchi until yesterday was a total stranger to me. So yeah, I mean, again, it's just one of those things. You know, it's not a video that I normally go out of my way to make, but like the Drama Donia one, you know, if I can make someone's day brighter, you know, make them a bit happier or something, I don't know. I hope I do well, you know. All commentary videos don't have to be bad, is my point that I'm trying to get across. But yeah, honestly, yeah, behind the scenes, I'm going to wrap this up soon because I need to get back home. Behind the scenes, of course, there was there was stuff to do with the Mutant Girl. I believe I now have all of the lines that I need for episode 6 at long last. I know that it's been months that people have been waiting, but yeah, I'm pleased to say that you can wait a little bit more because I need to actually obviously, you know, make the video. But at least now I can progress with everyone's lines intact and finish that off. So all in all, yesterday was pretty good. Because that's been bumming me out for some time. The fact that I couldn't actually work on anything. Like, I know that I start a bunch of projects and it takes a long time for me to finish them, if ever. But you know, that being said, I still want to do them, you know, and the Mutant Girl is the only show that's usually been exempt from that. Even when I stopped doing the time limits, you know, there was always something going on in the background, and yeah, I never thought I'd miss the tiresome days of editing that and putting that together. But there you go. Funny what life will throw at you all of a sudden. But there. I suppose just going to quickly go around again. Yeah, so I forgot. What was I saying? Yeah, I was saying that the Mutant Girl, yeah, because it's always something that, you know, is guaranteed to keep coming out by me, essentially, because, you know, it's one series that, I mean, if it dies, it dies, but there's a lot more story to tell, and, you know, we've been going out of our way. We've been writing season 3 already. That's not a spoiler because I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen in it. But yeah, we've got to that stage, so it's safe to say we don't want to stop. And, you know, not even being able to do that for the past few months has been taxing, to say the least. I definitely want to, you know, at least give people something. I don't want to become another person who cancels all Gacha series, starts from scratch, and then expects people to audition back, you know, and go, oh no, I'm sorry, but it's an idea that I'm really passionate for. I fell out of the idea, or I had schoolwork or something. Please for your audition, uwu. I'm not gonna be like that. And I don't intend to be like that, you know. I was ahead of the curve for a year, and I intend to stay where I am. I mean, I'm not saying that I've left any particular impactful landmark, but you know, I've defined who I am, basically. And I want to keep that going, so I don't know. I hope that the next episode is the same standard and quality as before. It should be, for all intents and purposes. But yeah, I really hope that that works out. But yeah, regardless of whether it does or doesn't, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. Subscribe in the description and check out the Ugly Bucket video. See what you think of it. And on that note, until next time, farewell.